Yet another update is behind the doors, knocking. Can you hear it, guys? And this time it is update 1.3, not 1.2.1.3.8. Easy to keep track, 1.3 comes after 1.2. Please Wargaming, keep that trend going. Featuring even more customization options. So lately they have been going fairly ham with the customizations. We have received many camo sales, many camo events, special camos and so on. Maybe finally they realized that releasing premium tanks every single week, premium tanks that are stronger than the regular vehicles in this game, is not the best way to keep this game alive. And maybe we should look into customization options that is not going to hurt the game, not one bit, but it keeps the game alive. People can buy simply skins and keep this game alive. What do you say about that? Clap, 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 clap from me. But featuring even more customization options, we are going to take a look at changes to some of the personal missions 2.0 and to personal mission 1.0 reward vehicles, D55A and Object 260. But some of the missions in the personal mission 2.0 campaign were tuned a bit, were made easier. Let's put it like that. We also receive a new map for the Grand Battle mode called Hinterland, and many older maps are going to be reworked. All that and even more in today's episode. I tried to cover everything you need to know about this upcoming patch, so let's go. So for the start, let's take a look at this new customization option. You are basically able to put even bigger emblems in the front of your vehicle on the top of the turret, but let's have a look. So this is my trusty FE215B 183, but sadly you are only able to add those decals on standard camo. You are not able to use it, at least I do not know how you are able to do it, or how you should be able to do it on already existing like preset style. But custom style under decals you can see those big little emblems. Hopefully one day there is going to be my emblem as well. Ooh, Sparta, yes, this is really awesome. I think I can add this big Spartan logo over here, and you can actually tune it a bit as well. You can change the size. You can remove it and you can close the menu, okay? And let's have a look what else we have to offer. Big orange. Oh yes, I think this might actually be the best emblem for FE215B. This is one massive RNG cannon. It is nothing else. It is one big massive RNG cannon, and I can only apply 2 big decals, seems like it. So if I remove that, sorry, let's remove it. Can I add it now? Where did you go? Where did you go? Over here. Okay, so you can only add 2, yeah. 2 big emblems and 1 in the rear as well. So you have to choose. Would you like to do something like that, or maybe 1 in the front, 1 in the back? On 50B, for example, you were able to put 1 on the top of the turret as well. So co-purchase. This is a test server, so I really do not mind. And let's see how it looks. Oh yes, please. This has to be the best freaking emblem for FE215B 183. RNG cannon. It is nothing else. So let's try to pimp up Object 261. That is already kind of pimp, in my opinion. So decals in the front and on the side. For artillery, let's see. Do we have anything fitting? Well, RNG dice is one thing. Feeling lucky. And maybe this one. Yeah, kind of fitting. So once again, you can change the size as well, if it doesn't fit. So, new customization options. It is not going to fix the game, it is not going to break the game, it is over here to stay, hopefully. It is not going to hurt anyone, and most likely it is going to be another way to monetize this game. So, hooray from me. Next up, let's take a look at some of the missions that were changed. So here is that AMX-50B logo or decal in the front of the vehicle and on the back, on the top of the engine bay. But let's talk about some of the changed personal missions. Under the Union, update 1.2, cause 8000 HP of damage to enemy light tanks. Was nerfed or was, I don't know, is it nerf or buff? It is buff for you, you have to deal less damage, but it is nerf for the mission. And now you have to deal only 6000 HP of damage to enemy light tanks. Union 5, I follow SPG, cause 3500 HP of damage to enemy SPGs. This was in the update 1.2 that we currently have, and with update 1.3, cause 2500 HP of damage to enemy SPGs. Destroy 15 medium tanks was nerfed down to 10 medium tanks. Participate in the successful capture of the base 3 times and down to 2 times. Okay, this is actually, for me, it is one of the most annoying freaking missions. And receive the mastery badge first class or higher 7 times was lowered down to 5 times. Let's pick something else. Under the block, let's see, yeah, seems to be kind of the same. So the theme of the missions is the same. Destroy 10 light enemy tanks. Enemy light tanks. Like, come on. I think is the correct way to say it. Destroy 10 light enemy tanks. Destroy 10 enemy light tanks. I don't know. For me, for non-English speaker, it sounds better. I don't know, but it was lowered down to 7 light tanks, and the secondary condition was also lowered by 1000 HP of damage. Block twice the amount of damage, 7 times down to 5 times. Earn a total of 10 rewards of the battle hero category and epic medals in a battle. Was lowered down to 8 rewards. Okay, Alliance. Not so many missions. Destroy 15 heavy tanks was lowered down to 10 heavy tanks. 3000 HP of damage down to 2500. Destroy 10 enemy vehicles that belong to Alliance. Okay, down to 7. Secondary condition was also lowered. Over here multiplayer was made a bit better, but mission is the same. Block 5 enemy hits 15 times. Destroy 15 enemy vehicles during the first 3 minutes, 12 enemy vehicles during the first 4 minutes of the battle. And receive the mastery badge first class or higher 7 times down to 5 times. And finally, Coalition. Okay, 10 battles down to 7 battles. Finish the battle as the top player on your team by experience earned from 10 to 7. Secondary condition was made better, but you still have to destroy 10 enemy tank destroyers, cause 8 armor penetrating shots during the first 3 minutes of the battle. Now you have to cause 6 armor penetrating shots during the first 4 minutes of the battle. So this is another mission that was made better in 2 different ways. And finally, earn a total of 10 rewards of the Battle Hero medals was lowered down to 8 rewards of the Battle Hero medals. So quite a few missions were actually made super easy in my opinion for the Excalibur, of course. It is not for Object 279. For that guy, you still have to work your ass off. But next up, let's talk about personal missions. Personal mission 1.0 reward vehicles, D55A and Object 260. I actually made one episode about those vehicles already, but quickly let's go over them. So D55A's armor is going to be improved a lot. It pretty much receives a new turret that is almost the same to the D54. Tier 9 Soviet Russian medium tank. But they also changed the dispersion on turret traverse by 17%, changed the aiming time from 2.1 seconds down to 2 seconds, improved hull and turret armoring, yes, this is what I was talking about, increased velocity of the UBR 412D shell by 20%. This one I actually didn't know. They also buffed the mobility, yes, I knew that. A penetration value from 201 to 221. This was the same shell. Or those two vehicles had the same gun with D54. So the standard shell penetration was also buffed a bit more, and now maybe players are not going to spam too many heat rounds, but usually if you see T55A, like it is 50-50 chance that this guy is playing with full heat loadout. 50-50 chance. I changed the vehicle durability from 1700 to 1750. And what else under the vehicles? Oh, China, yes, M41D, I have made one episode about that as well, was added to the game for the super test players. Sadly, I am not that special. And they also added D50-2 for those special super test players. And they added vehicle LT432, which we already have in the game, but okay. But next up, object 260, they decreased dispersion during movement by 12%. The same goes to the hull traverse. Accuracy was made a bit better. Overall accuracy was made a bit better from 0.36 to 0.35. Changed dispersion on turret traverse by 25%. So on the move accuracy is better. While you turn your hull, it is better. And while you turn your turret, your plume is not going to be as big. DPM was buffed by lowering the reload time from 11.5 seconds down to 11 seconds. Aiming time was buffed from 2.5 seconds down to 2.2 seconds. And once again, 260 received improvements to the hull and turret armoring. Turret mantle, gun mantle was buffed a lot. Previously, it was one of the biggest weaknesses of Object 260's turret, but now this gun mantle is over 300 millimeters thick, so it should be a lot better. They also buffed the gun depression from -5 degrees to -6 degrees, and they added 10 extra shells. Ammunition rack capacity from 30 to 40 shells. And really interesting thing is actually that IS-3A received new auto-reloading mechanic to the 122mm D25TA gun. I have talked about that gun before as well, and previously I said if they are going to leave it as it is OP, so hopefully they tuned the reload timer a bit, because previously it was like a standard heavy tank when the clip was completely empty, because auto-reloading mechanic on heavy tanks worked differently. The less shells you have in the magazine, the faster your reload is. Like exactly vice versa to the Progetto vehicles, for example. And finally, they added Emil 1951 for the special super test players. Maybe one day I am also part of that special super test player group. Please Wargaming, what do you have to do? Anyway, that much about changes to the vehicles and the new premium tanks coming with update 1.3. M41D, Emil 1951 most likely are going to be here with update 1.3, and the D50-2, I do not know, maybe this vehicle is part of the Christmas event, maybe in one of those Christmas boxes. It is just a rumor, but this just might happen. Next up, let's talk about the new map called Hinterland. If I have any footage on the background, I am going to add it. Sadly, at the moment while I'm recording it, I haven't had a chance to play on this map, but if I have any gameplay footage, I am going to show it on the background right now and you can see it. But another map for the Grand Battles mode, and by the way, did you know that Wargaming is introducing Grand Battles mode for Tier 8 vehicles as well, starting from today? Yep, November 13. So they are testing it out to see how it fits to the Tier 8 battles as well. So get out your premium vehicles, you are able to earn a lot more credits because there are many more vehicles to kill. There are 30 tanks on the enemy side instead of 15, so much more damage to be had, which means much more credits for your premium vehicles. And let's talk about some map reworking, and actually I am going to show you one clip that quite nicely recaps it.
Balance improvements have been made on 4 maps. On Himmelsdorf, the bottom team had the advantage. The main changes have been made to the castle area on the hill and the tank alley. Several new positions have been added for the top team. On the Fisherman's Bay map, the top team area has been changed. Now, vehicles that are moving to the town will not be spotted as frequently. At the same time, the town area will become more secure, as shoot-throughs from the map center have been removed. Some minor changes have been made on the Pilsen map to improve the positions for the top team. Slight changes have been added on Mannerheim Line. Now, the right team will have more opportunities. In Update 1.3, we are introducing the Hinterland map for the Grand Battles mode, especially for amateurs of massive tank battles. This is a great territory with a small town in the center. The map features many large and small covers together with the possibility to shoot at vehicles at large distances.
So there you go, some map balancing as well with update 1.3. And finally, let's talk about bots. Wargaming is slowly but steadily introducing bots to this game. For some PvE modes, as I understand. By testing bots on the test server, we can create more PvE modes just like the much enjoyed Halloween event, the Dark Front. Yes, I enjoyed it, but only for like 10 battles. After that, it was kinda boring, I have to be honest with you. But soon bots will be added to the NA South America's cluster and Australia to help combat issues with long waiting times to get into battle, which is most problematic at the lower tiers. So understandable, it is actually quite understandable. The more you know, guys, the more you know. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, covering update 1.3. No new vehicles just yet, just some buffed vehicles, a new map, a new customization, some changes to the personal missions. Not the biggest patch ever content-wise, but something at least. So, I hope you enjoyed. I catch you next time with something else. Stay awesome, take care, and bye.